Here we are, tennis ace, just a week later than promised, and we're still on Shoichi's route, of course. It's the only one I'm doing here, but Dirk the Red Panda is doing all the routes. So you can follow his videos if you want to be even further ahead than I am on all of them. And of course you can just download and play it yourself. But it's Saturday, 20th of May. Oh, good morning. Thanks again for coming. Shoichi greets me happily the first thing in the morning, a wide smile plastered all over his face. Yeah, it's my pleasure. Oh no, looks like you have a case of the mornings. Oh, a bad one. Tell me about it. Just the sound of my alarm going off is already enough to make my mood tank. Oh, you really aren't a morning person at all, huh? Oh, good thing I don't live with you. Not like this is the first time you've seen me like this either. That might be true, but it's still amusing nonetheless. Sure, laugh at my misery. I'm just a clown to you, aren't I? Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I kind of want to punch you right now. Well, that would be very bad. Why don't you come on in and relax for a bit before we get started on the preparations for the party? No, things are already going to be time-consuming as they are. With the amount of dishes I have to make and needing them all to be finished just a bit before it starts, I need to get all the prep work out the way soon. Not to mention the fact that you still need to deal with the decor. Oh, I was hoping you could help me with that, but I wouldn't want to inconvenience you at this point. You're not in the best mood for me to be asking for more favours. Well, I'm glad you know not to push your luck, but I'm still going to help you with that regardless. Really? Wow, I really wasn't expecting that. Sure, once I'm done with the prep work I can help. I did come prepared to do at least that much. Oh, thanks, Hector. You really are a lifesaver. I walk right past his living room and head straight for the kitchen. Are the ingredients still where I left them? I talk loudly so you can hear me from the living room. Yep, haven't so much as touched them. Wouldn't want to have you scrambling to find stuff when you're trying to concentrate on cooking. Good boy, at least you've thought this through. I always think stuff through. Also, did you just call me a good boy? Doesn't matter, I'm going to need to focus on what I'm doing. Talk to you later. I pick up Shoichi's kitchen knife and make sure to inspect it for any nicks or bends on the cutting edge. Also make sure to test out the sharpness before I even try to do anything with it, using the honing steel I brought from my house to realign the edges. Oh, poor things. Such high quality knives are wasted in this household. I wish I could take you puppies home with me. These still look so brand new, I doubt they're used very often. Well, not that it really matters. As soon as I've ascertained that there's no longer anything wrong with the knife, I get to work chopping and dicing my ingredients. I start with the meat, since many of them need to marinate in the sauces for a few hours before they can be cooked. That part luckily doesn't take me very long. The vegetables are a little trickier. I prioritise the ones I'll need to make the marinades, since I need to get the meat soaking as soon as possible. I make sure to chop all that I need and begin preparing my marinades. Soy sauce, oyster sauce, some cooking sake and a few aromatics. I'm not going to go overboard with anything fancy here. I'm also not going to add any crazy last minute ingredients like a certain someone I know does. Bless you. Would you look at that? I guess the saying is true after all. Anyway, I get the marinades out of the way and put all the bowls in the fridge to rest. Done with that at least. Now I begin the painstaking process of peeling and dicing all the vegetables. Tomatoes, potatoes, burdock, scallions, daikon, lotus roots, bamboo shoots, peppers, carrots. And I'm sorry, I don't care what anyone says. I don't put tomatoes on a fruit salad, so I'm not calling the damn thing a fruit either. Either way, by the time I'm done peeling and chopping all my vegetables, my hands are already shaking from exhaustion. Preparing food for this many people really is harder than I thought. I really have to give restaurant workers more credit for all the work they have to do every day. Well, how's it going over here? You've been at it for quite a while now. Of course I have. Had piles and piles of vegetables and meats that needed to be prepared. I'm doing it all by myself. This is supposed to take time. Oh, sorry, I didn't know. Do you need me to help you with anything? No, I'm already done with the brunt work anyway. I just need to tidy the kitchen up and I can leave the rest when I actually go to cook them in a few hours. Not to mention the fact I don't want you anywhere near this food. I feel like just having Shoichi touch it would already doom it to go bad. Oh, that's great. Does that mean you can help me with the decorating now? At least give me a few minutes to rest. My hands are still stinging from all that work. feel like my left hand is going to be stuck permanently in a claw shake of how long I spent holding the vegetables in place. Oh, sorry. Of course you can rest. There's no rush. I've got a lot of work done outside in the meantime. How long did it take me to finish the prep work anyway? Oh, a little longer than I expected, but you still did everything under 2 hours. Great. I was hoping to get it all wrapped up before lunchtime. Oh, it's just a little past 10 AM now, so I'd say you did a pretty good job at that. Hehe, thanks. Why don't you go back to the living room and take a break? I'm going to tidy things up for a bit before I walk out there, then we can both rest for a bit before we continue. Now, I'll have you tidy up. That way we can get it done faster and you can rest for a little longer. Wow, how nice of you. I'm definitely not going to say no to that. You're already doing a ton of work helping me prepare this party, and I'm not joking when I call it a ton of work. This is the least I can do. You'd also pay for lunch. That'd be another good way to make it up to me. I wasn't expecting you to ask for that. Didn't you just say this was a ton of work? You could at least buy me food to make up for it, right? I mean, of course I'm not going to say no, but you really shouldn't be springing this up on me out of nowhere. You'd have asked me yesterday night. Oh, don't be so dramatic. We both know you're always carrying money around. You never had an issue with treating me before. Again, the treating you isn't the issue. I just don't like having stuff sprung on me. Yeah, whatever you say, princess. You suck. Shoichi orders some food shortly after we finish the cleaning in the kitchen. We have a relaxing meal whilst chatting up in the living room with some television on the background. You see that guy there? He's a Japanese national volleyball team setter. The guy's a monster, I'm telling you. Unsurprisingly, we are watching a volleyball match. Two top teams in the Japanese circuit going against each other. One of them has Japan's main setter, the other has Japan's main spiker. Shoichi can't drop the running commentary for the entirety of the match, always gasping and making noises as he watches it going. In fact, I swear I can even see a little twinkle in his eyes as we watch the game. I've seen the twinkle before, of course. He always has it whenever he's talking about or playing volleyball. That's actually the only time when he has it. Oh, that was a very bold setup. Japan's setter, the person Shoichi is definitely watching the closest, just performed an insane move to take the point. You saw that? You saw how he did that? Man, the control that guy has over his body is inhuman. He's like a beast. The ball was already waist high and it didn't look like anyone could do an overhead toss with it. The setter did what looked like a football sliding tackle to place himself below the ball and tossed it from that position, allowing his team to do a quick attack. Just think about the kind of reflexes and skill you need to pull that off. I can easily tell this player is terrifying. You're plenty like a beast when I watch you on the court, too. Oh, please, don't flatter me. I'm nowhere near that guy's skill level. I'll never be. I'm just an ordinary guy with a hobby. Nothing special. I don't know. If you're really nothing special, I don't think you could have ever become one of the best setters in junior Japan. You were even asked to join the Japan youth team several times. And I still can't believe you keep denying the requests. Well, I think I have more important things to do. If I would spend that much time on volleyball, I wouldn't be able to deal with my obligations. But you love volleyball. Why not do it? Well, I like volleyball as a hobby, but by no means do I love it. Nice try, Pinocchio, as if anyone's going to believe that. Well, I'm serious. You sound like you're trying to convince yourself more than anything. I still maintain that I think you could become just as good as that guy. It's a nice thought, but miracles don't happen in the real world, you know. I think you have a tendency to sell yourself short far too often. Whatever you say, can we just drop this subject? Fine, forget I said anything. Thank you. So frustrating. Every time I try to encourage him to pursue volleyball more passionately, he gets prickly like this. It's so obvious to me that he loves volleyball, and yet he just keeps acting as if it's just whatever to him. It makes my blood boil. Not to mention how much of a waste it is. Someone for his skill level shouldn't just quietly enroll into a college and become some dime-a-dozen salary man. Oh, I think our break has gone long enough. How about we just get back to work? Sure, what do you need me to do? Oh, help me hang the banner and the ribbons. One thing I already tell you for sure, you bought too many ribbons. We don't have to use them all. Isn't that a waste? What else would you use them for? What does it matter? They're super cheap anyway. You really should value your money more. Well, it's not wasted if spending it brings me joy. Whatever you say, Buster. Grab the other end of the banner for me. Also, why did you buy a "Congratulations, it's a boy" sign and then paint over it? Well, they don't make signs that say "Welcome home, Dad," do they? Wouldn't you go and have a sign custom made for it? Well, I was, but the only place I found that does that sort of thing said they couldn't meet my deadline. I ended up doing it myself. It looks so sloppy, though. Yeah, well, arts and craft was never really my thing, okay? Just shut up and help me hang this damn thing. Aye, aye, Captain. Oh, wipe that irritating grin off your face. Sheesh, someone's cranky all of a sudden. Well, it's your fault for making fun of my handiwork. Now move. How long do we have until the guests start to arrive? Well, about 6 hours. We still have plenty of time. Oh, good. Means I don't have to worry about not being able to finish all the cooking. You already did most of the time-consuming stuff anyway, so it should be fine. By the way, sure you don't want to help me to help you with the cooking? I think it'd just go faster if you took care of the preparations and left the cooking to me. I'm not good at sharing the kitchen. Sheesh, you're really crappy at teamwork, huh? Actually, I just don't want to risk you giving everyone food poisoning. We managed to finish all preparations right in the nick of time. I finished preparing the last dish just as the first guest knocked on the door. We rented these nifty chafing dishes for the night so we could keep the food warm while the guests enjoyed themselves. I really cut close to the deadline than I feared. I stealthily dodged into Shoichi's room and the house began to fill up, using the change of clothes I prepared to make sure I was fresh enough to be at the party. The place filled up really quickly though. I'm truly shocked. I guess Takehiko-san only knows very punctual people. I searched for Shoichi in this sea of people as gathered in the living room. Less than 20 minutes after the set time and most of the guests are already accounted for. I'm used to only seeing people arrive at least 1 hour after the decided time, so this is certainly a bit weird to me. I know he told me how many people he's planning on inviting for this party, but I never really stopped to think what it would mean in a living room this big. The place isn't exactly cramped, but you try to find a specific person in this sea of people. It's been about 30 minutes since the party started. Everything's going pretty smoothly so far. I even managed to talk Shoichi out of his crazy last-minute idea. Namely, that he should be cooking for his father instead. I can only imagine the disaster it would be if all those people were to unwittingly eat one of his nasty concoctions. I don't think they'll realise just how close to death they came today. Ah. Just then I see him in a corner talking to one of the guests. He laughs at something the man said and then the man walks away. Oh, he saw me. Oh, hey Hector, I haven't seen you for a bit. Well, I was afraid you bailed on me. I'm not going to lie, the idea is tempting. I think I've already had 4 or 5 people stop me to try and talk about accounting. Was it stocks? I don't even remember anymore. Well, my dad's friends aren't exactly the most exciting bunch of people there are. You didn't seem to mind though. I saw you smiling and laughing with the guy just now. Oh, I was just being polite. Over the years I've gotten pretty good at faking laughter. Believe me, you need it to survive some of the situations I have to deal with. Oh, I believe it. What scares me is now that I'm going to be thinking about what he's really feeling the next time he's all smiles. Seriously though, I didn't think this party would be this boring. Well, we're not the ones meant to be having fun here, you know. True, but would it hurt to at least have some decent music playing? I feel like I'm stuck inside an elevator. You wouldn't be too far off, to be honest. I just put together a playlist that wouldn't drown out conversation. You know not everyone likes loud music and dancing. I don't like those things either. I still think we might have been better off with those. Again, do remember the party isn't for our sake. Yeah. Your food seems to be a hit though. Everyone that's tried it only had good things to say. I'd hope so. I laboured over the stove for over 6 hours to get everything done for today. Sorry. I promise I'll make it up to you for the help. You don't need to. I had fun helping you plan this thing. Even the party itself turned out pretty dull. You might say that, but the guests seem to be enjoying it quite a bit. Of course they are. They're all old. Not everyone in my dad's firm is old, you know. There are at least 5 people in here under 30. Not counting us, of course. I find it a little hard to believe, but I'll defer to your judgment. Well, I'm just glad you're here to keep me company. I'd probably go into my room to scream in a pillow if I was here on my own. Oh, come on, I know this is boring, but it's not that bad in here. Try spending most of your life in places like these. Trust me, it starts to grate on your nerves little by little. I didn't know you'd gone to these kind of parties before. Was it really all that surprising? Dad wants me to join a good college so I can go work for his company once I graduate. I'll get to live the same boring lifestyle he has. If you don't like the idea, then why don't you say something about it? Oh, it's not that simple. Why not? Well, like I said, it's complicated. Let's just talk about something else, okay? Okay. For some reason, his reaction seems a bit weird to me. I'm not quite sure why it bothers me, though. Looks like it's almost time for Dad to arrive in the airport. Did his flight land already? Oh, about 40 minutes ago. Dad sent me a message when he landed telling me to order some food so he had something warm to eat when he arrived. I'm pretty sure we overshot that goal there. Well, we literally have enough food to feed over a dozen people. I'm sure he's not going to be expecting that. Just hope your dad likes the food. After all, it's nothing fancy. Oh, he's been overseas for a while. I'm sure he's just been missing regular Japanese food. Well, in that case, we're probably safe. Of course we are. Plus, your food is so delicious. There's no way Dad would complain about it. Aw, thanks. Why's the taxi pulling up in front of the house? Well, I guess that's him. I wonder how surprised he'll be when he sees all the people in here. Hopefully we don't end up giving him a heart attack. Well, that's why I didn't tell people to jump out and yell surprise. Fair enough. Although, to be honest, I really can't imagine Takahiko-san being that surprised. He's always been a very unflappable man. The ultimate poker face. As soon as Takahiko-san opens the door and walks in, he freezes. His eyes widen a little as he scans the room, seeing all the people gathered here now with their attention turned to him. What's going on here? Well, it's a welcoming party. We decided to throw one for you since you're away for so long. Shoichi gives his father a few taps on the back. Takahiko-san stares at him with furrowed brows. I can't tell whether he's confused or annoyed. How did you even manage to organise all this? Well, Hector helped me with the organisation. I used your contact book to find people to invite. Once I got in touch with one or two of your friends, finding the rest was easy. I see. He muttered dryly under his breath. Well, it's been a while, Dad. It's good to see you again. Yes, it's good to see you too, I suppose. He scans the room another time, a small smile shone up on his face. This might not be the worst idea. The older husky makes a polite bow towards the crowd. Thank you for going along with my son's idea. This was a nice surprise indeed. Once he addresses them, his friends and co-workers start walking up to him, giving little taps on the back and shaking his hand and chatting excitedly. Takahiko-san has a curt smile on his face the whole time. He's not the most emotive person I know, so it's hard to tell what he's feeling at times. Shoichi once told me his father could be having the happiest day of his life, and at most he would just chuckle. Considering what I've learned about him over the years, I definitely take that to be true. Oh, and Hector-kun. Yes? He bows once again, this time for me. Thank you for helping my idiot son organise this. Idiot son, what gives? He merely grins at Shoichi's response. Oh, I know it'll help you with your mood. Shoichi walks away from us and goes towards the chafing dishes where the food was being kept. Here you go, Dad. I'm sure this will feel great for you after such a long flight. Shoichi brings him a plate full of all the different foods I prepared for the day, presenting it to his father with glee. Takahiko-san eyes the plate suspiciously, hesitating for a second. Out of curiosity, who prepared this? Well, I wanted to, but Hector told me best if I handle the decoration since I'm better with that sort of thing. He ended up doing all the cooking on his own. The cake is the only thing he didn't make. Oh, in that case this is okay. After ascertaining his son had no hand in the preparation of the meal before him, Takahiko-san accepts a plate with a smile. Needless to say, being Shoichi's father, Takahiko-san has been subjected to his son's lack of cooking skills far more often than I. I'm surprised he still chooses to keep it a secret. If I were in his shoes, I'd have told Shoichi never to cook again much sooner. But then again, I've also had a lot of his food to eat in the past 12 years, and I've never said anything. I guess we're all spineless in the end. Hector-kun, your cooking has improved a lot since I last tasted it. Well, it has been a few years after all. I'm just glad you like it. Shoichi and I had a lot of fun planning this party. I'm surprised you two managed to plan something like this and get all these people here. My co-workers are usually incredibly busy. Well, not all the people invited could come. I think at least 1/3 of them had to decline. Still, it's pretty great, isn't it? Yes, I will admit it is. If you don't mind, I'm going to mingle with my friends and co-workers for a bit. I will come back to you two later. Of course, Dad. Have fun. Just let me take this blazer off first. Won't need it inside my own house. Much better. Couldn't wait to take this damn thing off. I'll speak to you two later. Thank you again for the party, Hector-kun. Takahiko-san nods in my direction and walks away, quickly being engulfed by the mass of people in the room. That's weird. Why is he acting like I'm the one who organised the whole thing? He barely acknowledged you at all. I don't mind him. Dad's always like that. I remember him being like this when we were younger. Oh, people grow up. You can't treat me like a child forever. Getting recognition is being treated like a child. Since when? I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me. You thank the guests for coming, thank me for organising, and just kind of brush you off. We just let it go. We're supposed to be enjoying ourselves here. How? We're alone in the middle of the most boring party ever. Hey. Oh, boo-hoo. Don't get offended with that. Of course the party's going to be boring. It wasn't made with the two of us in mind. I mean, we're playing elevator music, we're crying out loud. Oh, I guess. But hey, at least we have good food. I guess that's a start. So what are we supposed to do now? That is a good question. It'd be very useful if you could at least give a suggestion. What do you expect me to say? We can't just leave the party, that would just piss Dad off. Can't we go to your room and do something in there? Play video games maybe? Well, it'd be great if we could, but Dad doesn't like it when I play video games after 8 PM. What are you, a child? Well, don't look at me like that. I live in his house, the least I can do is follow his rules. Yeah, but this is a house, not a military boot camp. What do you know about the military? Oh, shut up, that's not the point. Caught ya. Oh, joking aside though, I've no idea what we could do. Just hang around and chat like this. Boring. Gee, so I'm not interested in it for you, Your Highness. Oh, come on, you know that's not what I meant. I hope she gets here soon. You hope who gets here soon? Oh, nothing. It's nothing really. Hector, who did you... Just then the sound of the door echoes behind us. I can't remember what voice Hector is supposed to have. Oh well, we'll just do one. I don't have many female voices anyway. Big bro, how's the party going? Hector? The girl standing before us is Hector, Shoichi's little sister. She crosses both her arms, smiling smugly to her brother. A little bird told me he didn't want to invite me to this super cool party you're throwing. What gives? You called her over behind my back. Siblings aren't supposed to ignore one another, so yeah, I called her over. Half a mind to clobber you on the head with a bat. Now, violence is never the answer. You're so dead. Seriously, Shoichi, why didn't you want to invite me? You throw a party for our dad, you don't put me on the guest list. I'm wounded. It's complicated. Oh, please, don't it's complicated me. You're hiding something from me, aren't you? Spill. Hector, what are you doing here this late at night? Does Mom know you're here? You know she doesn't want you and Dad spending time together. I'm not a child. I can spend time with my father if I want to, and Mom isn't going to stop that. Neither will you. She scowls, baring her fangs at Shoichi. He merely watches her without reacting, not minding it one beat. Is that what this is about? You don't want to upset Mom? Oh, in a sense, I suppose you could say that. Jeez, you're always overthinking things. Oh, that's only because you never think things over, so I have to compensate. By the way, Hector, why are you wearing your school uniform on a Saturday night? She smiles at the mention of her uniform, twirling around where she stands and giggling. Why wouldn't I wear it? It's adorable. Don't I look super cute in it? You do? Oh, I hadn't noticed. Ow! She punches him on the shoulder, making him yelp. What was that for? For being rude. Hector shifts her weight around between her feet, looming forward and staring up at him threateningly. Shoichi leans back and away from her. Oh, was I rude? You're my big brother. Your job is to tell me I look cute no matter what. What? Where do you get such a crazy idea from? That's the big brother's #1 duty. Hector, I'm afraid of hearing the answer, but have you been drinking? Ow, that hurt. Good, maybe you'll knock some sense into your head. Guys, can you two dial it down a little? Oh, okay. She immediately turns around to face me, putting both her arms behind her back and giggling cheerfully. Oh, I'll never understand women. That's why you can never find a girlfriend. Sure, that's why. Speaking of girlfriends... Oh no. Here it comes. Hector-kun, you're single again, right? How about you take me out somewhere? Isn't that a great idea? It'd be super fun, right? Hector starts pressing himself against me and giggling some more. I really don't think that'd be a good idea. Oh, why not? You're giving tons of other girls a chance. Why not me? Am I not cute enough? That is really beside the point. Then what's the point? I'm a really good girl, right? Lots of guys in my old school wanted to date me. I already had some hitting on me in the new school too. I'm sure I'd be good enough for you. So beside the point. Shoichi, help. You invited her without my consent. You deal with her. Don't talk to me like I'm such a problem you can just pass on to others. You hitting on Hector has nothing to do with me. He already knows where I stand on this. He does? Oh yes, I do. I still remember it quite clearly. Screw around with my sister and you won't live to regret it. I got the message loud and clear that day. Not I could ever even consider it anyway. It just feels too incestuous. Hector-chan, why don't you go say hello to your dad? This is his party after all. So she just remembered it. She steps away from me, making a humming noise as if she was thinking something over. I guess you're right. I'll be back in a bit, and I want to catch up, okay? It's been a while since the three of us hung out together. Sure, we'll be waiting. Dad, hi. She walks off, enthusiastically waving her arm to call her father's attention. She's still very intense. I'll say. Now, would you mind explaining to me just what my sister is doing here tonight? I just thought it'd be better for you to talk to her whatever issue had that made you not want to invite her. So you're saying that you have no idea what my motives are, and yet you still thought you had the right to completely ignore my words and invited her anyway. Well, when you put it that way... There's no other way to put it, you moron. Aha! Shoichi grabs me by my shoulders, shaking me violently. What the hell do you have in that head of yours, eh? Was my simple instruction too hard to understand? I'm sorry. The hell you are. You still think you're justified. You're just saying what you think I want to hear. But I just couldn't sit around and let you blow her up because of some sibling squabble or whatever. There was no squabble, you jackass. I just didn't want to come in here today because I knew Dad would be in a bad mood after a long-ass flight and a failed trip. I didn't want to risk him being rude to her. What? Then why didn't you tell me? Because I don't need to go around telling you all of my family's problems, you moron. Are you going to keep insulting me all night? Well, it depends. You're going to keep being a dumbass all night? Yeah, there's quite a wide array of insults memorized when he's angry, doesn't he? I'm really, really sorry. Please calm down. No, I should whack you upside the head, see if that knocks some sense into you. You already said that. Because it's true. Yeah. Oh man, it's been a while since I had Shoichi's anger directed at me. You better hope Dad doesn't do or say anything to upset her, or I swear to God I'm taking it out on you. Huh? I'm screwed. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I should have done anything. Damn right you shouldn't have. Don't stick your nose into other people's business. If I say no, that means no. I'm sorry. Ellipsis. Well, I'm going to head to the bathroom to wash my face. I need to cool off for a bit. Okay. I need some Doritos here. Man, I screwed up. I didn't think it'd be a big deal if I invited her to the party. I thought it'd be helping him. I have to learn to keep out of other people's business. Hey, where's Shoichi? You went off to the bathroom. Ah, got it. Her eyes immediately glue onto my face, examining every inch of it. Is there something on my face? Did you and my brother have a fight? Oh, why do you... Your eyes are red. You kind of look like you're about to cry. What? Well, maybe cry is an exaggeration, but still, you look pretty sad. She's always been a very perceptive girl. Not to mention the fact that she and Shoichi are probably the people that know me best outside of my family. With because of me. Kinda. I got in hot water inviting you when you told me not to. You can be such a knucklehead sometimes. I really should give him a piece of my mind. Her tail lashes from one side to the other, fur bristled. Don't, he's already upset enough. Please don't give him a hard time. Her gaze softens when she sees the look on my face. Fine, but just because you asked me not to. Thank you, Hector-chan. Jeez, I expected him to be a little happy to see me. The two of us have barely talked the past few months. What, really? Yeah, whenever I call him, he cuts the conversation short. I try to ask him to spend time with me, just tells me he's busy and blows me off. It sucks. Shoichi, What's going on with you? He's always been so devoted and kind to Hector. Things haven't really been the same since the divorce. I guess he might have taken it harder than we thought. I don't know why. It's pretty clear why the two were splitting up, and it had nothing to do with Shoichi. People don't have to feel personally guilty to feel bad, Hector-chan. She pouts, looking away from me. I guess not, but it still doesn't make sense to me. If you think things are bad between me and him, you should see how it is with Mom. He hasn't called or visited us since then. He hasn't? No, I know it's horrible of me to think it, but I'm afraid he might hate Mom for it. No way, Wood, that's just not like him. The way he's been treating us isn't like him either, but he's still doing it. I guess that's true. Shoichi, what's going on with you? What are you hiding from me? Oh, I'm back. When he shows up again, his cheeks are puffy and his fur is damp. Geez, did you open a faucet on top of your head? Something like that, yeah. Hector, be serious now. Does Mom know you're here? She avoids his gaze, her hands clenching around her arms. What's it to you? Don't give me that attitude. Don't make me worry any more than I already do. Are you going to get in trouble with Mom for coming here? Relax, she thinks I'm sleeping over at a friend's house today. You've been lying to Mom to spend the night out. What are you? You haven't been excusing that excuse to spend the night with boys, have you? What? Ew, no. What kind of girl do you think I am? Besides, there's only one biomainstream and you know it. Hearing those words already makes the fur on the back of my neck stand on attention. I guess this is one situation where I'm glad you have a bad taste in men. Hey, I'm standing right here, you know. So? You really think I'm ever going to call you a playboy like you a catch? I'm not a playboy. Sorry, Hector, couldn't even I have to disagree. You two suck. Oh, I'm sure lots of girls have sucked with you before, but I'm certainly not one of them. What? Could you please not say sexual stuff while I'm standing right here? You're breaking my heart. Oh, boo-hoo, I'm a big girl now. Stop treating me like a child. No, that's... I can't accept that. She's right, you know. At some point you have to accept that she's growing up. I don't want to hear that from the guy that throws a hissy fit whenever his brother has a date. That's different. Aki's only 12. Wait, Aki-kun is dating already? Damn, he's going to turn into another Hector, isn't he? I hope not. With a face like his, he could break a lot of young girls' hearts. Please don't talk about my brother like that. See, you don't like this kind of talk either, so don't try telling me to treat my sister differently. Yeah. Hey, don't throw in the towel so fast. Hector pouts, putting a hand on her hip and staring me down. Sorry, Hector-chan, I can't really challenge him on this. Of course you can't, I'm right after all. You two are so annoying sometimes. I also don't want to hear that from the person who lied to our mother to spend the night outside. Hey, you should be glad that I'm here. What if I lied to Mom and then gone somewhere else? You're not helping your point, are you, with this? What a fussy man. You're never going to get a girl if you keep acting like that. Well, it's not like I'm looking for one anyway. So what? You're just going to live the rest of your life alone? I'm only 18. I'm way too young to be worried about this kind of thing. He's right about that. No, I don't want you of all people backing me up. You've had more girlfriends than all of the guys our age in school combined. You just hurt my point. Hey! Hector breaks into a laughing fit, desperately trying to hold herself back. She takes deep breaths, gasping for air as she tries to calm herself down. Oh God, you two are just... You sound like an old married couple bickering. It's amazing. I refuse to take part in this conversation. Oh, come on, even you have to admit I'm right. I thought you guys had grown up a bit, but you two still bicker about the most stupid things. You think the two of us bicker a lot? You should see what Shoichi's like with Keisuke. Oh, I think I only met him once. He's the cute bunny junior, right? Refuse this conversation. Jeez, fine, relax a little. I'm trying to. You're not making it easy. I'm your little sister. It's my job to make things hard for you. In that case, I wish you weren't so good at your job. Hector chuckles, giving her brother a playful punch on the shoulder. Still, you guys barely talk to me nowadays, so I need to take my chances to pest you when I get them. I talk to you every now and then. A passing hay in the hallway doesn't count. Oh, never mind. Well, I thought of inviting you to an event last month, but I decided it wouldn't be right for me to do so. An event? What event? A friend of ours was performing at a piano competition. I wanted to invite you, but I was afraid of making him more nervous on that day. Hitika's never met June either, right? Yeah, therein lay the problem. I could know your friends if you bothered to hang out with me and introduce me to people. I suppose. What, are you going to avoid giving me a proper answer? Oh, school going for you. That was a lame attempt to change the subject. I'm going to be merciful to you today and going to pretend I didn't notice what you're trying to do. That's more than I'd consider doing. School has been fine. A few of my friends passed the entrance exam with me, but they ended up getting sent to different classrooms, so I still had to make new friends. Is everyone treating you well? There's no one picking on you, is there? Picking on me? How old do you think I am? Oh, shut up. I'm just worried about you. If you worry about me means I get treated like a 5-year-old, then I'll pass. There's no pleasing you, is there? Ah, sibling squabble. Truly the most entertaining kind of squabble. Wish I had some popcorn to eat while I watch this. Pleasing me is easy. You're just too knuckle-headed to see how. Well, sorry, Princess. There's only so much I can figure out if you don't tell me stuff. When we were kids, Hitika used to go along with everything her older brother said. Only recently did she start growing defiant towards him. I have to say, it really makes things more amusing for me. You know, as fun as it is to watch you two bickering, I'm getting a little tired of being sidelined. Oh, great. Seems the two of us have become a comedy act for him. Hitika-chan shrugs. I don't mind. At least that means someone is paying attention to me, unlike a certain older brother I have. We message almost every day. Messaging is too impersonal. I want to actually call you and see you. Is it too much to ask? Already told you. I'm busy. Is that so then? How come we all hang out together at least once a week? Shh. As soon as my words come out of my mouth, Shoichi becomes panicked, trying desperately to shush me. Hitika-chan merely smiles, a smile filled with pure scorn. Oh, you hang with your friends every week, huh? That's funny. I guess your schedule's a little more lax than you've been leading me to believe. No, that's not. I mean, I didn't... it's just... Oh boy, seeing him struggling to find the words is so much fun. I love causing discord between people. I really should do it more often. You traitor. Why are you trying to get me in trouble? Me? I've no idea what you're talking about. Liar. I'm the one who should be calling you a liar, you useless older brother. Ugh. Hitika, I swear I can explain. Try me. Well, you see. She shakes her head sideways, looking at him with eyes full of judgment. You're awful sometimes. And tell me again how I'm a bad older brother because I don't want my brother to be dating. I feel I have a lot more ammo against you if you got on my nerves. Are you seriously going to rat me out to my sister? It's pretty fun. Oh, you suck. Pot's calling the kettle black. Yes, ma'am. Hitika, I just... Save the explanations, I don't want to hear them. From now on, I'm going to be spending time with my older brother if I have to force you. Well, there's nothing I can say to screw him out of this, is there? Absolutely not. Yeah, I get a feeling I'll be seeing Hitika a lot more in the near future. And to be honest, it'll be nice to have someone who can instill fear into Shoichi's heart. Hector, you were aiming for this at the very beginning, weren't you? Pardon? I'm so getting back to you for this. Feel free to try. In the meantime, Hitika-chan, tell me more about what you've been up to recently. Preferably the things that would piss your brother off. There's no way she has anything else that could piss me off to tell us. Giggling, Hitika crosses her arms again. Oh, I can think of a few things, but I'll stay silent on the matter. Talk, now. Oh, he snapped. Shoichi is so easy to manipulate. Manipulate? She's obviously just having fun at your expense. Oh, I miss the cute little sister I had who didn't give me grief for no reason other than because she could. And I used to have an older brother who's actually present in my life, so I'm afraid we're both just going to have to suck it up and deal with it. Man, I think if you and Keisuke teamed up, you could probably give Shoichi an aneurysm. Well, goosebumps, just imagine what those two could do to me. I didn't get that sort of vibe from him when we first met. He's not really all that open with new people. Don't worry, once you get to know him better, there'll be no time for you two are making Shoichi's life hell together. Please just stop talking. I'm already terrified. Really? I'm having a blast. I hate you. Well, putting your misery aside, what have you been up to lately? I imagine you must have been pretty busy lately because of the school festival. Yeah, I am. Took us quite a bit of time to finalise the budget for the festival, where all the issues we were having have been fixed. I'm thinking of joining the student council this year. Why do you hate yourself? You know, it really speaks a lot about how horrible it must be working in the council when the president himself asks a question like that to a potential new member. Don't get me wrong, I like what I do, but it's also a lot of work. I don't mind working. I also used to help Dad with stuff from his work before they divorced, remember? Huh. Now I think about it, that is true. Hideko puffs her chest with pride, her tail wagging. I'm a very diligent worker. I'm sure I'd be a great secretary. Besides, I mean I get to spend a lot more time with you in a place where you'd have no way of saying no. And here I thought your reasons were selfless. Well, sorry to burst your bubble, we have no open spots left in the council. What? Oh, the look of complete and utter shock on her face. It's priceless. The student council have become really popular when Shoichi joined. It's mostly girls who want to get closer to him, though. Well, I don't care what their reasons are as long as they pull their weight. Do you have idea of how many people I've had to kick out of the council the past 2 years? Good thing I never joined. I wouldn't even accepted your application in the first place. Hey, that's just rude. Don't try acting all cute and helpful. We both know you wouldn't do office work to save your life. What? You really have that little faith in me? Faith? In you? Oh, you really crack me up. I get the feeling I'm being mocked here. Hector-kun, no offence, but I think you're the last person anyone would rely on for that kind of work. How is that not supposed to be offensive? I did start my sentence by saying no offence. That's got to be worth something, right? Oh, I hadn't thought of that, Hector. That's a good one. This family is seriously messed up sometimes. Once the last of the guests heads home, we begin working on the cleaning. At least one good thing I can say about boring parties like these is they don't leave much junk behind to clean. Shoichi's dad is sitting down on the couch in silence with a bottle of sake in his hand, doing nothing but look at the ceiling. Hideko, you don't have to help us with the cleaning, you know. You can just leave it to Hector and me. Don't be stupid. Go faster if the three of us do it. But at least this way I can actually do something to help, since you didn't bother to bring me into the planning for my own dad's party. You'll not let us go, huh? Not on your life. She puts a bunch of stacked cups inside the trash bag, a smile going from ear to ear. Oh, by the way, what do you think of the party, Hideko-chan? She pauses, bringing a hand to her chin and making an exaggerated sound. The food was really good. So was the cake. I liked those two the best. She then purses her lips, leaning towards the two of us to whisper something. The party itself was kind of boring, but I guess that's the thing Dad enjoys. Shoichi snorts, scratching his cheek with amusement. Oh, good. That's already 3 people who thought so. Let me guess, the other 2 people are you two. Well, of course. It was only to be expected, though. This party wasn't thrown for us. It was supposed to be an office party for Dad. In that case, you certainly nailed it. Oh, thank you. I'm not sure whether I want to take that as a compliment. I just hope your dad enjoyed the party. Well, so do I. It's really hard to tell with him. If that's surprising, he's got one of the biggest poker faces I've ever seen. Maybe we should ask him? Oh, be my guest. Well, I have to ask him. He's your father. And asking him is your idea. Yeah, but... Oh, for the love of God. Hideko rolls her eyes, turn around and walking towards her father. We merely follow her with our gaze, surprised at her sudden annoyance. Hey, Daddy? Takehiko-san lets out an inquisitive and moves his head slightly so he can look at his daughter. Hideko smiles, sitting on the couch next to him. This was a pretty nice party the boys planned, right? Must have been fun to see your friends and have some time to relax after coming back home. I suppose. He spoke very dryly. His voice was madly devoid of any meaningful emotion. You don't look very happy. Hideko bites her lip, looking down the floor with downcast eyes. For crying out loud. Shoichi mutters something under his breath with a very annoyed voice. Almost if on cue, Takehiko-san shifts on his seat, looking at his daughter with a more worried expression. Oh, I'm sorry, baby girl. I'm just feeling a little tired after that long trip. So you enjoyed yourself at the party? Of course. I'm very grateful to Hector for helping set that up. Sir, don't forget it was Shoichi's idea. Takehiko-san looks up the two of us, clicking his tongue. Yes, that's true. Regardless, I enjoyed myself. It was good to have a chance to relax while getting back to work. He gets out from the couch, putting a hand on Hideko's shoulder and giving it a gentle squeeze. Now, if you boys will excuse me, I need to rest after my trip. Make sure to put any leftover food in the fridge. Hector-kun, take some with you when you go home tomorrow. Tomorrow? No, sir, I'm going home as soon as we're done with the clean-up. The older husky glances at the watch on his wrist, frowning. It's far too late for me to walk in the streets. Just spend the night here. Shoichi, prepare your futon for him. I'll send one up for Hideko too. Oh, yes, sir. But... Oh yeah, sleep over. It's been years since I've done anything like that with you two. Make no mistake, you're staying in my room. What? But Dad. No buts, you're a young lady now. I'm not letting you spend the night in a room with two grown boys, even if one of them is your brother. The corner of my eyes as Shoichi's grip tightening around his crossed arms. So much showed his hands shake a little. It's for the best, Hector-chan. Girls and guys our age really shouldn't be sharing a room. That's no fun. How are we supposed to play games or talk until late into the night like this? Play games? Hector and I spend all day busting our ass working non-stop for this party. As soon as my head hits the pillow, I'm going to be out cold. Weakling? Devil woman. Well, you two stop bickering. You're no longer kids. Oh, shut up. Well, you kids do whatever you like. Hector, I'm going to set the futon up for you in my room. Just come in when you're ready for bed. Don't knock on the door and don't wake me up. Yes, Daddy. Takahiko-san walks out of the room and into the hallway. I hear the sound of a door closing shut behind him with more force than I expected. Oh man, I'm going to get an earful tomorrow. What? How come? You might not have noticed, but Dad's in a bad mood. What? There's no way. Worst, he's just neutral. I mean, why would he be in a bad mood if this whole party made just for him? Trust me, I haven't lived with him the past 3 years. He's most definitely in a bad mood. He's been in a bad mood since the moment he walked through the door. Whether he's in a bad mood because of the party or was already like that before he walked in, it's a whole different story entirely. That's weird. I don't really get that vibe from him. Neither do I. Then again, I don't get any vibe from him. That has changed a lot since he and Mom got divorced. He's a lot more irritable nowadays. That's strange. I remember him always being really sweet and caring with me. I don't think I've ever seen him upset. Yeah, there's a lot you haven't seen. What's that supposed to mean? Well, nothing. There's no real point wallowing in the past. How about we just get ready for bed? It's only even 10 PM and tomorrow is Sunday. You guys can stay up until late, can't you? I'm exhausted. Can we do this another time? Sorry, Hector-chan, but same here. I've been cooking and organising all day. I kind of just want to rest. Hell no. Here we go. Don't here we go me. We haven't hung out together in months. There's no way I'm going to accept a maybe later. What do you want us to do? I feel like passing out already. First, we still need to clean ourselves up before bed. I'm pretty sure the warm water is going to help with keeping us awake. Then take a cold bath. I feel now is my turn to say it. Hell no. Why not? What do you mean, why not? It's cold. I'm not going to take a cold bath in the middle of the night. That really is a little unreasonable. Screw unreasonable. You two are going to spend the night with me. I was afraid of this. Hector-chan, I promise we'll set a date to do it another day. No! She puts her foot down, her cheeks puffed out from all her pouting. You guys have been sidelining me for months. I'm not taking any of that anymore. The three of us here together right here and right now, and we can use that opportunity to have fun. Your definition of fun involves holding people hostage? Hector puckers her lips, crossing her arms and looking away from us. If it's what it takes to, then I guess so. She's been so unreasonable. Fine, we'll do as you say, if only to keep you from killing us. I heard that. Well, I hope you would. Can we at least clean ourselves up first? I feel all sweaty and gross. Didn't you guys bathe before the party? We were still running around helping organise stuff during the party, you know. Fine, just be quick about it. Yes, Your Highness. And spare me the sass. I'm afraid I can't do that. Come on, Hector, before she changes her mind. You're not suggesting we bathe together, are you? Are you seriously that self-conscious you won't take a bath with me in my house? You make your Japanese genes sad. Just shut up already. You can go first. Yeah, I'll prepare the bath for you before I finish with mine. I'll be right out. Hector sits on the couch, crossing her arms and legs. She stares at me with a grumpy expression. Like her father, tell how she feels is ridiculously easy that it's almost a bit funny. You okay there, Hector-chan? I'm upset. How you guys thought I'd just say okay and go my merry way after you two ignored me for months is beyond me. We didn't ignore you. I still message you at least once a week, don't I? Oh yeah, because that's such a good substitute for real interaction. Okay, I'm sorry. We've probably done more to include you in the stuff we were doing. Well, we've befriended this new guy who transferred to our school this year. Most time when we go out, we're just doing it for him. We don't really have any reason not to invite you. It just never crossed our minds. She stares at me, her brow furrowed. Her eyes kept moving up and down. She studied my face intently. Fine, I'll let it slide this time. Wrong as I can't imagine you guys excluding me out of malice. Considering how airheaded you two are, the idea that you forgot doesn't seem at all far-fetched to me. Oh, airheaded? Since when are we airheaded? Oh, you don't like that? For the alternative way you kept me away on purpose and I have every reason to be mad at you? You're right. We'll do over our heads. Her face finally lights up, a bright smile taking the place of the severe expression she had until now. Ida-chan giggles cheerfully, almost in a childlike manner. Her voice carries softly through the air with a certain grace that is unusual for her. You're forgiven. I know I can be a little intense at times, but you guys have to remember that you two are my closest friends. It's really lonely when I can't spend time with you two. Yeah, that's fair. I never really bothered to look at things from her point of view. When I think about it, Hito's always tagging along with Saya, Shoichi and I when we were kids. Then Aki joined when he's old enough to do so. 5 of us were always playing together as children and having fun as a group. Our childhood days were a blast. Remembering already has me feeling a certain nostalgia. And yet, nowadays I barely talk to Hitoka and never do anything with Aki outside of playing video games every now and again. I guess Shoichi and I are both guilty of ignoring our families. How about we go together sometime, just the 5 of us? The 5 of us? Yeah, if we're all having a get-together on our childhood days, then we can't forget about Aki. Oh, I didn't know we were going to on our childhood days. I just wanted us to have a get-together. Well, I thought it'd be a fun little idea. Hitoka laughs, her ears twitching. I'm not saying it's not. I just find it funny to see your tendency to overthink creeping up on you again. I overthink things? Have you ever met your brother? I'm not saying he doesn't do it too. Honestly, you two are fruit of the same tree when it comes to that kind of thing. Very much disagree with you there. You're free to disagree as much as you like, but someone who knows the two of you really well, you're more alike than you think. I reject this notion and refuse to partake in this conversation. Cease your activities at once. What are you, a lawyer? I think lawyers would say stuff like that with more gusto. Objection. This is purely conjecture. Or something like that. God, you really are a dweeb. What? Seriously, it'd have to be a big dweeb to make a lame joke like that. Lame? Giggling, Hitoka walks up to me, putting both her arms behind her back and standing merely a few centimetres away from my face. That's right, your joke was really lame, but don't worry, that's one of the reasons why you're so fun to hang out with. She gives me a friendly poke on the stomach, causing my body to jerk away from her. Hitoka, don't do that. You're still pretty ticklish, aren't you? Yeah. Let me try again. She starts furiously poking my stomach with both of her hands. I try to jump away from her and put some distance between us, but she gives chase. Hitoka, stop. Crap, she keeps this up, I'm going to break into a fit of laughter. Remember we used to play around this when we were kids? Shoichi was the one who taught me all your weak spots. Get away from me. No, stop already. Oh, you're caving in. Your legs are already shaking. Hitoka, stop. I can't breathe. My legs suddenly give way, making me slip and fall. Hitoka, who had been chasing me, also trips and falls too. Wah! Whoa! Hitoka falls on top of me, knocking the air out of my lungs. Oh, are you okay? The world's spinning. Sorry, I went a little too far. What the hell are you two doing? Shoichi. I can explain. Of course you can explain. Even you wouldn't be stupid enough to try and get on with my sister in my house. You know I'd kill you for that. So, let me guess, someone tripped and fell? That's half the story, yeah. Someone better tell me the other half ASAP then. I was chasing Hector and tickling him a lot. You two should be more careful. You gotta fit your heads. You're no longer kids. Try acting like adults. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Apology accepted. No, Hector, I've already left the faucet on for the bathtub. It won't take long for it to fill up, so go to the bathroom already. I think you left some of your clothes here the last time you came over, so I'll leave them on the door for you. Thanks. Sorry for the trouble. Oh, don't be ridiculous. It's no trouble. And here to go. We need to talk. This can't be good. Considering the words she spoke to his sisters before I went to the bathroom to wash myself, I came back to the living room terrified they'd been having some tense conversation I shouldn't be part of. I can't believe someone would suggest something like that. Right, how stupid do you have to be to think that idea would get accepted? Instead, I gave back to the sound of laughter with the two sitting on opposite ends of the couch and chatting merrily. What did I miss? They both turned to look at me at the same time. Wow, you're looking pretty sharp there, Mr. Athlete. Yeah. Shoichi, why didn't you tell me the clothes I'd left you were some of my sports outfits? Oh, what difference they make. Clothes are clothes. You're not wrong, but it's kind of embarrassing to be wearing these indoors. Oh, for the love of God, it's just a polo and some shorts. What's so embarrassing about it? I don't know myself. It just feels weird. The only thing that's weird here is you. Oh, settle down, you two. As if we're being particularly rowdy right now. Rowdy enough I have to tell you to settle down. Whatever you say. If you don't mind me asking, what were you two talking about just before I came back? Hitiko was telling me about some of the suggestions some of her classmates made for the school festival. Oh, what about it? Why don't you tell him too, Hitiko? Smiling, Hitiko nods. Well, when my class was voting on what we do with the festival, a few of the boys suggested we make a maid cafe. Can you believe that? What? A maid cafe? Yes, isn't it ridiculous? What self-respecting girl would ever work in a maid cafe? Of course, all the girls in class shot that idea down immediately. That's... I look over at Shoichi and seem barely able to keep himself from breaking into a fit of laughter. I see, he hasn't told Hitiko about Saya's work at a maid cafe. And considering how much Hitiko looks up to Saya, I have no doubt that he finds the whole thing hilarious. Yeah, I can't imagine a girl doing something like that either. Right, it's just so demeaning. Those boys are so stupid. She has no idea just how close to home her words hit. Well, then it seems like Hitiko's time in our school has been pretty uneventful. She hasn't even joined a club yet. Really, isn't the deadline to submit applications by the end of May? Yep, she lets it pass she won't be able to join any clubs until next year. So you have to make sure to write your application to the volleyball club already, okay? Don't be ridiculous, we both know I'm not joining the volleyball club. Well, I'm sure you'd like it. How many times I have to tell you I don't like sports? I hate feeling all sweaty and gross. Come on, at least humour your brick brother a little. I'll pass. I don't think there's any club I'm interested in joining, so I'll just go without. Oh, don't be like that. That's such a waste of your student life. Personally, I find it more wasteful to keep myself cooped up in school for 10 hours a day. I prefer just going home right after class and hanging out with my friends. Oh, is that you turned out so different from me? God forbid two siblings don't end up the same. Stuff like that never happens. Don't you sass me. Shoichi, being unreasonable here. Hitiko-chan has the right to like different things than you know. Easy for you to say. You have a brother who might just love tennis more than you do and glorifies you for your skill. Do you want to take Aki for yourself? I'll give you my blessing. Don't just go offering your brother to other people. Yeah, that sounds so filthy. Filthy? I meant to give him to Shoichi to be his brother instead. What the hell did you think of? Oh, Hitiko looks away, cheeks red, and she stammers to think of words. That's an excellent question. Someone has their mind in the gutter. Oh, shut up. You must hit the nail on the head because her face just got so red. It's kind of cute. I guess this does prove once and all that girls can have dirty minds too. As if that was ever in question. I don't have a dirty mind. Of course you don't. You thought we were talking about knitting, didn't you? Oh, just shut up. Yeah, that's enough for now. I swear I can feel steam coming out of her head. Ow! I already told you to shut up, didn't I? Fine, I get it. You don't have to hit me. I don't hit you, you'll never learn. What am I to you, a punching bag? Think about your childhood together. I think that'd be an accurate way to describe it. Well, it's not a way I'm happy with. She crosses her arms, looking away from her brother with a huff. Her cheeks, however, are still tinted red, and her tail is lashed around almost like a cat's. She's so easy to read. Are you going to get all huffy now? You're such a pain. Shoichi, maybe try not saying these things right to her face? Oh, please, I'm not going to spoil her rotten like my parents. Or you, for that matter. Well, I don't spoil her. What are you talking about? You spoil anyone as long as you think they're cute. You spoil Aki to this day for that reason. Plus, you also spoil June now because of that. That's not... It's different. Sure, like I'll believe that. This June guy you two mentioned a few times tonight, what's he like? Oh, you're showing interest in my friends? Well, that's a first. How's that a first? I'm friends with Hector-kun and Saya-chan, aren't I? Well, that's different. You basically grew up with them around us. Of course you'd become close. Whatever, just tell me about this June guy. Fine. Calm down already. Why are you so fussy all of a sudden? If I didn't know her well enough, I'd say she's jealous of the guy that just moved into town and now gets all the attention for her brother and I. Oh no, wait. That's exactly what it is. Come on, Shoichi, it can get more obvious. Well, his name was Jun Kobayashi. He apparently lived here a few years ago but moved away for school and only came back this year. Since he didn't know many people in town, was completely new in our school, we helped him get around. And it turned out he's really a great guy, and he just fit right in with our group. He basically comes with us wherever we go now. Hitiko pouts, her lips quivering with disdain. She looks away from Shoichi, her pointed stare falling to the floor. Oh, lucky. What was that? I couldn't hear you. I said poor guy. Geez, of all the people you have to meet first, it had to be you two. Let's put up with two giant weirdos every day. That's the most pitiful thing I ever heard. Hey, why are you so angry all of a sudden? Come on, Shoichi, you've got to be smarter than that. You said something? Nothing at all, it's just your imagination. Either way, Hector, Jun is kind of a quirky person. He can be pretty eccentric and intense when he gets excited, so not everyone would have the patience to deal with that. Indeed, lucky for him we just find that side of him funny more often than not. Except when he's crushing my arm in the streets. Crushing your arm? What? Yeah, Jun-kun is a little fearful of crowds. He can get very nervous around groups of people and he tends to cling to others when that happens. The word cling isn't enough to describe it. It's like having a boa constrictor wrapped around my arm. Why does it always have to be me? Well, you're the one's always standing closest to him. I guess. This guy sounds like a total wimp. Hey, you don't even know him to be talking about him like that. Jeez, why are you acting so aggressive? Are you seriously that stumped? The answer should be obvious, you dumbass. We might introduce you to him sometime, if you stop calling him a wimp, that is. We'll see. Oh boy, she's pouting so much. She's not acting her age right now. So I take it you two have been busy hanging out with this guy lately? We don't hang out as much as you think. We're pretty busy with our clubs and whatnot. Oh yeah, how's that coming along? You guys finally going to win something? Well, we make it to the finals every year. Don't be so dismissive. And if you never win, so good does that make you? Competition is hard, okay? Up until 5 years ago, the Saitama Prefecture get 2 spots in the National Championship. Because of lackluster performances in it, we got one of our spots given to a more promising prefecture. Plus the team that always qualifies is seriously strong. The worst part is our school used to be the strongest in the prefecture until a few years ago, when Shirama High started aggressively poaching all kinds of players to their school. I guess our school just didn't want to invest in the volleyball club all that much. Yeah, and whose fault do you think that is? I don't think there's anyone to blame for that. Yes or no? Did you get a full scholarship plus a ton of benefits of joining this school? Oh, come on, you can't say it's my fault our school stopped investing in the volleyball club. Minamikawa Academy might have had a few good players in the past. They're all people who rose to the top only if they're already in here. The tennis courts were pretty run down until they spent a ton on renovating, so the program will be appealing enough for you. It's not just you. Minama has Saya too. Being able to nab the number 2 play in Japan's male division and number 1 on the female is no small feat. The amount of concessions they give you guys is insane. When all the good volleyball players in Saitama started flocking to Shiroyama, Minami Mikawa made no effort to make any offers to them. In the end, they ended up building a great team while ours is filled with average players. Wow, I don't think I ever heard you talk smack about your teammates. Don't get me wrong, they're good. I'm not saying they're not. But you can't argue against talent. Shiroyama got the most talented players in our prefecture in a single team. No matter how well I run our team, that wall is hard to overcome. Geez, never seen you sound so defeated before. Yeah, what happened to that don't talk crap about my teammates policy? I have no intentional desire of losing, but I won't fool myself either, you know. Everyone in the team is aware of their own shortcomings. We're still working really hard to do our best. Where there's a will, there's a way. That's what we believe in. I suppose it doesn't hurt they have the best setter in the country as their captain either. Oh, that's going too far. Oh, please, you've been getting into magazines and TV stations since we were kids. So it's got offers from at least 4 different professional teams. Let me guess, they went right to the same place as the summons for Japan's youth teams, didn't they? Yep, right to the trash. I barely have enough free time as it is. They won't be able to attend those training camps and competitions where I took time away from my training with my team. I can't do that. Yeah, and that's been your excuse for, what, the past 5 years now? Well, it's not an excuse. Whatever you say, boss. Shoichi's shoulders quiver slightly. I can see him biting his tongue to keep himself from answering back, both literally and figuratively speaking. He even curled his tail around him on top of his lap. Is it even possible for him to look more like a cornered dog? Hector gives him a few taps on his back, snapping his attention back to her. Just hang in there, I'm sure this year will be your year. I really hope so. It's my last chance to go to the national tournament. I want to be able to stand on those courts at least one more time before I have to say goodbye to my teenage life. Geez, way to make it sound dramatic and sad. Oh, I'm sorry I take things seriously. Maybe you should learn a thing or two from me. You mean how to be an uptight dog? I think he's fine the way he is. What? Hey. It doesn't have to be the last time unless you wanted to be. You've already been offered an opportunity to become a professional. I don't know why you're so stubborn about going to college and becoming a businessman. Well, of course you don't understand. You lived and breathed tennis your entire life. You can't comprehend what it's like to have different priorities. That's not true. Are you two having this discussion again? I swear I already heard a rehashed version of it at least 10 times. Oh, I'm not the one who keeps bringing it up. Yell at him for a change. How about you don't yell at anyone? What, I lose this perfect opportunity to get some aggression out of my system? As if. You're the devil, woman. Ow! Jesus, she practically jumped at me just to punch my shoulder. This will teach you not to talk to me like that. You do a much better job of feigning annoyance if you weren't smiling from ear to ear. She sits back on the sofa, putting her hand on her chin as she was thinking of something. In reality, it's just a blatantly obvious attempt to hide her smile. This girl is one day going to be the death of me, I swear. You two try to behave, okay? You might wake up Dad if you keep this up. Gotcha. Shoichi's right in the sense you tend to insist on the pro thing a lot. I haven't hung out with you guys in a while, but I still remember it being a semi-frequent conversation topic. Yeah, whatever you say. Besides, you're in no position to talk. You constantly reject offers from companies wanting to sponsor you for stupid reasons. Hey, my reasons aren't stupid. Oh, please. I don't think they own me. What kind of reason is that? Once I go pro, I'll bite the bullocks. I'll need some capital to pay for my travels and get things rolling and start earning championship money. But as long as the club is covering my costs, I'm not going to bother. Yet you try to criticise me for rejecting good offers too? At least I'm still trying to go pro. Hey, ladies, quit the bickering. Ow, my ears, they're ringing. Hidaka-chan, what did we say about settling down? I can ask you the same. What did I just say about fighting over this? But he's... it's not. I don't care. You two keep this up. I'm going to go outside and grab the hose. What? You wouldn't. Dad would kill you for getting the furniture wet. From her very eyes, Hidaka began sniffling. Her eyes teared up and her body began to shake. She started wiping the tears on her eyes while she sobbed frantically. They were fighting, Daddy. I didn't know what else to do. I was so scared. You're horrible. As quickly as they came, the waterworks immediately stopped. Hidaka looked at the two of us with a smug smile on her face. I think you got the wrong word. You might say incredible, because you know he'd eat up that performance in the blink of an eye. You should join the drama club. Thank you. I might just do that. Maybe that'll get even better. I'll be able to get you into trouble again like when we were kids. You wouldn't dare. What's that? Do I hear a cry for encore? That term's used for musical performances, not theatre. I don't care. I'll use whatever I want. The point is, you know I do it. Oh yeah, I remember it quite clearly. Once Hidaka got over a phase of adoration for older brother, two of them became really competitive. They'd fight over everything. Who'd get the last slice of pizza, who'd get to ride in the front seat of the car, who'd be the one in charge when their parents were out of the house. Hidaka would always play on theatrics when given the chance to get an advantage. Performances would always get her father to decide with her. Shoichi would always be left fuming when it happened. Oh, I have to agree with Hector here. You're a devil woman. I aim to please myself. Man, that sounded so wrong. Huh? Realising the meaning of words, her face immediately turns to a shade of bright red. Forget what you just heard. Ow. She lands a slap squarely on my left cheek, leaving me clutching my face as it throbs. What's the big idea? It's your fault for taking something I said and making it dirty. It's not my fault you're spouting off innuendo without thinking. Hidaka, it doesn't matter how embarrassed you might feel of what you said. You don't have any right to slap him in the face. Apologise. But... Apologise. Shoichi's voice is stern and commanding, almost like an adult chastising a small child. He leaves no opening to argue, nor does he expect you to. Unable to deny your brother, Hidaka looks away from me, her cheeks puffed and red. Sorry. Louder, we have to hear you. Sorry. She looks up at me and she apologises, quickly dropping her gaze back down to the floor when she's done. Her feet kick idly at the floor and she squirms uncomfortably in her seat. She really does look like a kid caught doing something bad right now. I guess there's no age limit for maturity. Seriously, you weren't like this when we were kids. Come and think of it, it's only after you got chummy with Sai that your temper was dialed up to 11. That's kind of an unfair thing to say. Someone's really looking at the past with rose-tinted glasses. What do you say? I'm feeling tired now. I'm going to head to bed. Oh, I thought you said you wanted to stay up late. Yeah, well, I'm feeling tired now, so I'll leave that for another day. Whatever you say. Have a good night of rest then, okay? Yeah, you too. She mumbles the words out very meekly. I can tell she still feels embarrassed just because of the way she avoids eye contact with either of us. Good night. She nods, parroting those words back to me with a near whisper. Well, that certainly put a damper on the mood. It's hard to be slapped and still merry and cheerful. Oh, I understand. Sorry for the way she acted. You're not your sister's babysitter. You don't need to apologise on her behalf. Besides, it's already been known for years that she has a temper. She's actually seen that coming in retrospect. Well, I don't want to agree with you there, but I kind of have to. To be honest, I'm also feeling pretty beat. Although that was also true an hour ago. We did tell her we were exhausted. The reason we stayed out was she asked us to. In a sense, I think we still baby her a little too much. Tell me about it. How about I just lay down on the futon for you and we head to bed? That sounds like a great idea. I can already feel the sweet calling of dreamland. You always feel that. You'll sleep anywhere if I let you. If you let me? What are you, the Dream Police? Oh, please, don't be ridiculous. Dream Patrol is a much cooler name, and I demand you call me that. You have a deal. Who knows? Maybe I'll even show up in your dreams tonight. 18-year-old Husky kills rival volleyball team. He wouldn't stop talking about how they were a hindrance. We should have seen it coming, say his friends. Please tell me your dreams aren't really that dark. Only when I want to mess with you. Be honest, I'm kind of scared of spending the night in the same room as you now. Oh, don't worry, I'm harmless, I swear. All I do is watch you sleep, nothing else. Keep that up and I'll make you sleep in the neighbour's kennel. Nice, I get a whole room all to myself. Do I get a bone too? Only if I can use it to whack you upside the head for being an idiot. No fair, you already use most things for that. Well, that's because you're always being an idiot. What can I say? I'm a happy person. Those two things aren't mutually inclusive. Potato, potato. No, you're not making sense just for the heck of it. Okay, that's enough horsing around for now. We should get going to bed ourselves. Sure, I don't mind. Great, because I'm beat. I'm not feeling so hot right now either. Well, I'd never be able to tell considering just how much you were joking around. Just because I'm tired doesn't mean I had to be grumpy. Sure, grumpy. That's what I am. Your sarcasm is showing. I certainly hope so. I lie uncomfortably in the dark room. It's been so many years since I spent the night at Shoichi's house. While it certainly brings back some good old memories, it also allowed me to realise something else. Shoichi has the same futon as he did years ago. Damn, this thing is so old and flat, it feels so uncomfortable lying down on it. My back hurts, my legs feel uncomfortable. I kind of want to go home. I miss my bed. I take a deep breath, I readjust myself on the futon, trying to find some way to feel comfortable. If only this thing was softer. What are you doing? You're being noisy. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to wake you. You didn't wake me so much you've been keeping me up. What's going on? This futon, it's really hard and thin and uncomfortable. Oh, it is very old. Probably not the most comfortable thing to sleep on. I'll say. Shoichi then goes very quiet. Makes me think he might have fallen asleep while we were talking. Shoichi? Oh, sorry, I was thinking of something. Just throwing this out there, but you could sleep on my bed if you want. I appreciate the offer. I'm not going to kick you out of your bed. It's uncomfortable for me to sleep here. It'd be worse for you since you're bigger. Well, that's all I'm saying, you dog. I'm saying you can climb on the bed with me. Oh. Yeah. Oh. I hadn't considered that. Just like that, the memory of what that guy, Haruki, told me on the rooftop came back to mind immediately. And shout out to Ryan for giving me the correct pronunciation of Haruki's name. I've been trying so hard to keep it out of my mind that it wouldn't bother me too much. I don't start treating Shoichi differently than what some guy I don't even know said about him. And yet there's a little part of me who thinks he might be right. That little part of me is now suspicious. I don't know what I should do. It's not like we've never done it before. We used to share a bed half the time when we were kids, even though the futon was perfectly usable then. Something about it being more fun to sleep together. But I end up offending if I said no. Crap, I'm overthinking this too much. Even not having to sleep on this hard futon is so tempting too. Hector, you there? You didn't fall asleep, did you? No, I'm here. I was just thinking it over. Jeez, does the idea of sharing a bed with me warrant that much careful consideration? No, I'm just being dumb. What else is new? I make it a point to ignore the little voice in my head telling me this is a bad idea. This is Shoichi. He's my best friend. I can't say what Haruki said doesn't bother me. And that probably makes me a horrible person, but I'm not going to treat him any differently because of that. Whether it's true or not, whether it's half true or not, gay or straight, Shoichi is still Shoichi. He'll always be Shoichi, and I will always be his friend. Oh, wow, I wasn't expecting you to actually take me up on the offer. What, you didn't really want me to accept? No, don't be crazy. It just surprised me. I've already been really fussy over this sort of thing lately. This sort of thing? Yeah, you'd make a fuss when I tried to pet you, a bit a little more physical with you. Haven't you noticed I've pretty much completely stopped since class started? Well, you're right. I can't remember you doing it even once recently. Well, that's because you've been acting kind of uncomfortable around me, especially the past 2 or 3 weeks. Still, I won't lie. Kind of makes me happy you took me up on my offer. What do you mean? Well, this kind of thing is just so nostalgic. Well, we used to do this all the time when we were kids. We'd fall asleep playing games together or just talk until we drifted off. Yeah, I guess we did used to do that a lot. Yeah. That's why it made me happy you took me up on my offer. I see. The sweet expression on Shoichi's face tugged at my heartstrings. Seeing him look so happy and unburdened was... For some reason it made me really happy too. At that moment my mind couldn't help but notice how handsome he was. Thought that made me feel really comfortable and embarrassed. Oh, what's wrong? You seem a little out of it. It's nothing, I'm just tired. Well, I guess today really was a pretty tiring day, huh? Oh, by the way, thanks again for today. For what? Oh, helping with everything, you idiot. This again, you already thanked me so much. Well, it doesn't hurt to say it again. I really had fun today despite all the hassle. Same here, this is a really good way to spend the day. Well, I hope that things keep going smoothly for us in the following days. God knows we need a rest from all this festival mayhem. Yeah, trying to stay on top of all this stuff going on is pretty hard. The whole school is chaotic. Well, it's 10 times worse for me because I'm helping organise the festival for the whole school, not just my class. I'd imagine. Sometimes it can be suffocating, all the stuff I have to work on. I feel like I have to juggle everyone's problems all the time when I barely have the time and energy to deal with my own. I really wish I could get a break. Unable to think of anything to say, I merely continue to look at him. The face I'm making right now must be terrible, because very soon Shoichi stared at me with a troubled expression. Oh, sorry. I'm probably overwhelming you by saying all this crap when you're trying to go to sleep, right? Oh, I don't know why, I just felt like talking. It's alright. All you need to talk to me if you're having trouble. That's what I'm here for, isn't it? Oh, you're too nice, too precious. I won't want to bother you with trivial details. It's not a bother. I want to know if you're ever suffering that much. Oh, I'll keep that in mind. I won't make any promises. It's just not in my nature to burden other people with my problems. Then your nature needs to change. Only you could ever get mad at me in a time like this. Never change, Hector. Huh? What do you mean? I mean, I really like you the way you are. You're such a breath of fresh air. Spending time with you never fails to make me feel lighter. Honestly, it's like all my burdens suddenly aren't a big deal anymore. Would it be too snappy if I said it was healing? I'd say so, yeah. I'll keep that in mind. Man, I'm feeling more tired than I thought. Even though I'm talking, I feel really sleepy. Just roll over and go to sleep. Oh, but I want to stay up and talk to you more. Feels like it's been so long since we really talked like this. I know I said that already, but it feels really nostalgic. I miss this. Yeah. My heart is beating fast inside my chest. I feel like a deep sense of longing is being sated as we continue to speak. I don't know why, but I feel like right here and now I'm happy. Just happy, nothing else. Such a pleasant, warm feeling. This time I can't help but think of how wonderful Shoichi's smile is. What he said about me. The truth is, it's the same for me. Just seeing him smile already makes me feel so much better. You're not the only one, you know. Shoichi? Ah. His eyes are closed, his breathing is deep and rhythmical. Looks like he fell asleep when I was thinking about things. Good night, Shoichi. Hope you'll have sweet dreams tonight. I walk among the mass of people around, trying to follow behind the giant mound of blue fur that walks ahead of me. For some reason, today's back seems so much larger than usual. The stalls around us are all exploding with activity, with people coming and going ceaselessly. From the corner of my eyes, I can see so many familiar faces. I see Class Rep and Kyoko running a dartboard, excitedly calling people over to try them out. Saya-chan and the tennis club members are all lining up to eat some ramen at another nearby stall. Jin and Gin are arguing with each other because Gin seems to have eaten all the food they were supposed to serve their customers. Kei-kun is arguing with our teachers about something, making obscene gestures that are so unlike him. Jun's dressed as a taiko drummer, pounding on the drums on top of the stage with a bright smile on his face. Vic-kun and Ryoji are walking around and trying different games. Ryoji still looks just as bored as always, though. Also clutch a glimpse of a white wolf. He merely turns away from me and our eyes meet. For some reason Takehiko-san is throwing a ball into a target, causing Hector to fall into a pit of water when he hits it. He looks so much happier than I'm used to seeing him. Such a bizarre sight. I keep walking behind Shoichi this whole time, but it feels like we never go anywhere. I try calling out to him, but I realise my voice doesn't work. I reach for my throat, trying to utter some kind of sound, but I grow more desperate, my voice refuses to come out. That's when I realise, despite all these people being here, despite them doing all of these things, I can hear no sound. Then something begins to echo. I realise it's the sound of rain, slowly increasing in intensity. Even though it's so faint and subtle, it also feels as if it's roaring and drowning everything else around. Wait, how did I even get you in the first place? Feeling not belonging starts to assault me as my chest grows tighter. Everything feels so hazy, almost as if it could disappear if I reached out to touch it. I close my eyes, I grip my chest. The fear that's been building up inside of me is so overwhelming it's almost blinding. I try to remember what I'm supposed to be doing. My mind feels as if it's covered in a thick haze. Where am I? How did I get here? Just as I feel that I might be completely taken by the confusion, I feel a hand gripping my shoulder. My eyes should open to real Shoichi right in front of me. We're no longer in the festival. I feel like this place is familiar somehow. My mind can't connect. Shoichi's mouth moves as he begins to talk, but no sound comes out of it. My brain can't comprehend what's going on, so it desperately attempts to fill the gaps. I try to understand what is going on, but the fog just continues to grow heavier. Shoichi continues to speak without making any actual sound. I can feel as if the vibrations of his voice are echoing through my body, but my ears refuse to hear. I try to look around me, trying to figure out what's going on. I feel my hand being squeezed as Shoichi suddenly leans closer to me. I love you. Everything blacks out for a split second, then as his words seem to hit me like a truck. The whole world went dark for me. I could hear nothing but Shoichi's voice. As soon as that darkness came, it vanished, bringing everything back into focus. Shoichi still stood in front of me with a big smile on his face, looking me up and down expectantly. My heart, which had been racing this whole time, suddenly felt like it stopped. The only sound I could hear was the rain roaring all around us. Those words kept playing on repeat inside of my head. Why is it so hard to concentrate? Unable to think of anything but the words that still lingered in the air, I nodded. Tears welled up in his eyes as the husky leaned closer to me. The smell of damp fur tickled my nose, which was funny because he wasn't wet at all. As my childhood friend approached me slowly, just a little closer at a time till our noses could almost touch. A hand cupped my cheek, stroking me softly. I tried to turn my face and look away, but he gently pulled my head back to look right at him. His lips moved one more time, even though I couldn't hear any words. Yet I could feel the enormity of them hitting me again. It was the same words as last time. I love you. Something wet brushes up against my lips and my brain glitches out again. Unable to comprehend what is happening, my vision goes dark. All I can feel is the gentle sensation of someone else's lips pressed up against mine. I'm being kissed by Shoichi. And somehow, I'm dimly aware that I begin to kiss back. My eyes shoot open violently. As the haze begins to lift from inside of my mind, I begin to make out shapes again. I'm in Shoichi's room? Ah, that's right, I'm spending the night here because it was too late to walk back home. I was dreaming? What? Why was I dreaming of that? I turn around in bed, only see Shoichi's face lying right next to mine. My whole body freezes for seconds. I try to remember why Shoichi's in bed with me. My recollections start catching up with me again, and I remember accepting his offer to share his bed. I watch him breathing peacefully in his sleep. Somehow, seeing him like this has such a calming effect on my heart. The rush of emotions I'd been feeling is completely drowned out, leaving only a single emotion on the forefront. The sound of my heart beating echoes inside of my head. Leaning closer to him, I can feel his breathing against my face. He looks so calm and peaceful like this. It makes me so happy seeing him this way. I touch the tip of my nose against his. I can feel a desire building up inside my chest. I lean a little further and... What the hell am I doing? My brain finally catches up to what I'm doing as the last remnants of my sleepy days lift from my mind, causing me to immediately jump away before I can go through with what I was about to do. Get a grip, me. I lie on my back as far away from Shoichi as I can get without falling out of the bed. Covering my eyes with my hand, let the realization of what I was about to do sink in. Seriously, what the hell is wrong with me? Ever dream of kissing my best friend and suddenly wake up only to try and do it? That'll definitely be sexual assault. Getting carried away by a dream and nearly kissing someone because of it. I'm just so pathetic. It's all that damn wolf's fault for putting these thoughts in my head in the first place. I turn to look at Shoichi again. Despite my rowdiness, he still sleeps undisturbed. Good thing I didn't wake him up. That would just be embarrassing. But I can't deny I've been thinking about him a lot lately, even if it's just been trying to make sense of what he feels for me. Whether what that guy said is true or not, I don't know, but maybe Not letting my brain finish that thought, I turn around in bed and try to go back to sleep. I should probably avoid having mind-shattering realizations in the middle of the night when I'm still sleepy.